Hey traders, John Howell here, officialjohnhowell.com. In this video we're going to have a quick market update on the US, so let's get into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, let's have a quick market update on the US indices. Firstly, I want to look at the S&P 500. And the first thing that I do see on the S&P 500, obviously we're in this big over upward trend here, but we can see if I just, can I delete this off? Delete. Yep, cool. You can see here on the weekly chart that we really had a really big rise, but obviously the crash, they call it a crash, the pullback happened. But you can see here what happened on the weekly chart, right? We came all the way down and we closed higher there. So that actually says that we could be getting more upside looking on the weekly chart. We definitely bounced around this level here and we're holding up strong through here. So you can see that's happening through there. But I do say that if the market does rally a bit more, then this is likely to be short-lived, because you can see, looking on this chart over here, you can see this sort of pink line is the long-term weekly resistance. This line through here is a weekly resistance as well too. So we're getting a lot of, let me just delete that off the screen. We're getting a lot of resistance up here as well too. So looking at this here, we had a big flush down and moving up. Now if we move, say, to the overall, the daily charts, you can see I have a daily chart to the right, which is squeezed right up, and the daily chart to the left, which is more like the 3-month view. And you can see how we've had this big pull down through here, and you can see how we actually had this sideways movement through here. We had a whole bunch of sideways movement through here. So this whole bunch of sideways movement through here, as you can see, and then we had the drop down, as you can see through there, drop down. Now we're having a pullback, so we are getting into an overall whole bunch of area of 50% retracements and resistance levels and all that sort of stuff. Now you can actually see what happened on the last day on this chart. It had like a bit of a doji. If I open this right up, bit of a doji pattern. So that could be the sign of a bit of reversal happening very, very soon. Now they say that September is the most volatile, September and October most volatile times in the markets, and that can be a good thing if you know what you're doing. So I would say, guys, we're likely to see a lot more downside based on this. We did have a big pullback, and now we're getting a rally here. If we do start to really hold the Fibonacci levels from this high down through to the low, if we break this 62% level and we get back above and we start breaking above this pink line and this support resistance line, then new highs are gonna happen very quickly. So that's what I do see there. Dow Jones is very similar. Came all the way down and had a really big thumping down, held that level, came back up and held that level there. You can see we're actually at the 50 to 62% level right now, getting into a whole bunch of area resistance levels. You can see on the squeezed up chart, there's a whole bunch of area resistance up here. And that's what I do see, guys. Look at this area resistance, whole bunch of area of resistance where it's struggling right now as well too. Looking on the Russell came down, nice little support on the Russell, came down through there. I do actually see we actually have a bit of a support and resistance line going down through there. So that could be something where we're likely to run into as well too. And also as well, if you look at the 50% Fibonacci from the high down through to the low, we're running into that level as well too. So that level all through there is an overall resistance level, and we could see a lot more downward movement to come. You can actually see that we do actually have on this chart here, we have a whole bunch of area which is like a shoulder, head, shoulder, and then the market just thumped. Okay, you can really see it on this chart through here, and the market got thumped big time. So that could be the start of a downward trend, and we did get a bit of a flush down. So the market's running back to the high side, whole bunch of area resistance through here. If that holds, then we're likely to break down and break this low through here. If it doesn't, then we could see a bit more upside there come as well too. So let me delete everything off the screen now. And now looking at the Nasdaq as well too. Nasdaq had a quite decent run, actually had a decent run. It came all the way down through here, big gap down through here, had a bit of a pop to the high side. We're at the area of just breaking above the 62% right now, but we are getting into that area where we could see a lot more downside to come. The thing you want to look out for is this, is that if this seriously breaks above this, if we get some solid breaking above this level through here, then that could be a sign that we're getting ready for a run to the high side on the Nasdaq. Looking at this area through here, it looks like that we may hold this, and if we do hold this, then we could have a nice drop down to the high side moving into September, October this year as well too. September, October, guys, is going to be a very, very volatile month, so make sure you keep an eye on that as well too. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. That's what you see here as well too. We just don't know where it's going to go right now, but if we do start breaking above resistance levels through here, we'd like to see runs to the high side. The resistance levels hold, then we'd like to see a run to the downside. Remember, success can be yours if you go, Clement. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.